confidentially, a lot of her people are murderers. Hello, Planet Earth. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're at IDK. My BFF Jill, 730. I'm Preston L. Young, wishing you warm salutations and congratulations. You've made your way to the Buffington Post. Okay, so today we are going to do a little Buffyverse discussion, and this comes from a question that I received on my Anya Jenkins video. Megan Galuli, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, says, I would like to hear your thoughts on Giles being a murderer, having killed Ben, and no one ever finding out. That would be an interesting video. And you know what, Megan? I concur. This is a really interesting topic. People talk about it all the time in the fandom. It's one of those things, is it okay? Is it not okay? What? I'm here to tell you that it is okay that Giles killed Ben. So, here we go. It's a Buffyverse discussion on why it's okay to murder people.
What's the name? Rupert. He's what? Rupert. What's the name? Rupert. The one and only. Gosh.
Okay, Planet Earth, so first of all, let's talk about all the people in our crew who are murderers. Okay, so there's Anya killing people for over 1,000 years. There's Spike killing people for upward of 200 years. There's Angel killing people, for over 100 years, for sure. You've got Willow, who killed Warren, and yes, he technically did die for a split second. Fun fact, though, you may have thought she killed Rack, but she didn't kill Rack. We find out in Season 9 that Rack went into a coma. Whatever. Okay, there's Andrew, who killed Jonathan. There's Xander, who we discussed, summoned Sweet, that killed a few people in Sunnydale when they were all spontaneously combusting, so hey, Xander. And of course we get to Giles. So I want to start this off by talking about Buffy and Ben and how, yes, Glory is a shadow character for Buffy in that Glory is kind of what the public perceived Buffy to be, this kind of ditzy, superpowered, idiot woman who was just vapid and ridiculous, right? And so that is like, yes, I've discussed before about how Glory and Buffy are shadows of one another, but the real shadow for Buffy in this season, the one whose story parallels her own, is Ben. Ben is a better shadow for Buffy than is Glory. And, okay, so what are the similarities between them? They're both young, they're both trying hard to lead these normal lives, but they both are responsible for this, world-destroying sister who's mystically made, right? And they both strive to protect Dawn throughout the season, and they are both victims of what Glory inflicts upon them. So yes, Ben and Buffy have a lot in common, but they also have a lot of points where they differ. Okay, obviously you've got male and female, and Buffy chooses to let Ben go, to let him live after she beats Glory into a bloody pulp. She tells Ben to leave. She's going to let him live. And he did not do the same for Dawn. It came to a point where it was his life or Dawn's, and he said, okay, I'd rather live. And so Ben chooses to kill Dawn so that he himself may live, whereas Buffy chooses to kill herself in order that Dawn may live. And so you have this selfishness and selflessness. Okay. So there's Glory and Dawn in the adverse, these mystical sisters that these two are responsible for. And now, neither of them can really help what they are. Glory didn't decide to be on our plane of existence any more than Dawn decided to be a person. And where Dawn is innocence personified, Glory is evil incarnate. And she is a god. None of this fucking matters to Glory. She is something inconceivable to us. She is a god. And all of this, it literally means nothing to her. She doesn't compute. It weighs less than sunlight to her, okay? This world doesn't matter. And so we can't fault Dawn for being what she is, but we also can't fault Glory for being what she is, because she is evil. She can't fight her nature. She does some pretty awful things, and she's painted as the big bad for Season 5, but I'm going to argue that she really isn't. Yes, she's evil. It's awful. But it's not by choice. She doesn't choose to be evil. Okay. So let's talk about Giles. Giles makes the tough decisions. He told Buffy in Season 3 about the test that the Watchers Council had done on her, and this was not easy, and it got him fired, okay? This is against the rules. He stole books from the Watchers Council, and he rallied all of the potentials in Season 7 because he knew something was coming, and he had to make the tough decisions when nobody else was willing to investigate all of this. And so he left Buffy and all the Scoobies in Season 6 so that they could grow the fuck up real quick. And then in Season 7, he decided that Spike was a variable that they couldn't count on, and he needed to die. And honestly, if Giles had Spike killed, yes, it would have been a conflict of interests, between the characters and also within ourselves. How much do we really like Spike? How much is he necessary to Buffy herself and to this fight? But I would have gone with it. If Giles said it was necessary, I would believe him. And so, Buffy, okay, she is this perfect expression of humanity. Like, she is everything that humanity can and should be, okay? She loves the world, she loves being human, and she loves life. And Giles is a reflection of what humanity really is. Like, he's a man, and he's an adult, and he represents the tough decisions that come with adulthood. And so, when Giles says, she's a hero, you see, she's not like us, he means it. He's not a hero. He's done bad shit in his past, and sure, he's tried his best to make up for it, and he does what he can, but at the same time, there's no room for Glory and Ben in this world. It's not like when Glory comes back too, she's gonna join the team and meet them all at the espresso pump. That's not how it works. Glory is evil, okay? She's not just going to, like I said, join with the team. She's not a Scooby, and she never will be. So, why kill Ben? Why is it okay to kill Ben? Because Ben is the real bad guy. He spends a good deal of Season 5 trying to keep Glory away from Dawn, and finally when Glory captures Dawn, he tries to help her to escape. And we're like, yay, at least we've got Ben. But Ben, Glory convinces him that if he will let Dawn die, if he will help her to kill Dawn, then when she goes home, she'll set him up in a new body and give him dominion in her hell dimension. Buffy herself says, really? That's her master plan? To go home? Glory only wants to go home, and remember, she's a god. None of this matters to her. It is her nature to be evil. Ben does not have that same luxury. He's a human. If you watched my human video, the humans are important because we make decisions. We choose good or evil. And what Ben does is he chooses evil. He chooses to kill Dawn just so that he himself may live, and that Glory may live in turn. Whereas, like I said, Buffy makes the decision to not allow herself to live in order that Dawn may. Ben is our real bad guy. As I said, Glory cannot help her nature. Dawn cannot help her nature. Ben makes decisions to kill people, to let innocent people, and a world of supposedly innocent people, die. And for that reason, Giles did the right thing. He makes the tough decisions. He's not a hero. He's a real person. And, why do we never find out about this? Why do Buffy and co. never discuss this? Probably because they don't ever find out. Because the fact of the matter is, Giles is our parent figure, and we don't realize the sacrifices that our parents make for us. We don't realize the awful truths behind our cushy lives. We can't take into account just how many awful decisions our predecessors have had to make. And that is why Giles is never discovered. And if he was, good for you, Giles. I'd applaud him, because Ben was an evil motherfucker. That's all for today's Buffyverse discussion on why it's okay to kill Ben. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Personnel Young. You can come right back here to the Buffington Post for Buffy the Vampire Slayer reviews, Angel and Faith reviews, Buffyverse discussions, discussions on the other Slayers, my continued Season 8 coverage, and again, if you would like for me to answer your question, Megan got hers answered, and you can too. Just leave a comment down in the section below, and I will either reply to it, or if I like the question enough, I will, of course, put it into a video much like this. Alright, I hope you're having a great 2015 so far, and I hope you have a great day today.